Part of the reasoning is, and I speak this from experience, right now I'm working with 4 to 5 different condo buyers who are looking to buy low, and I know other agents are as well. So there is going to be a lot of people being opportunistic in a sense, buying low, and as a result, if a lot of people choose to buy because the price of that commodity is low, they create a new floor, and as a result, the prices will start to inch back upwards from that floor. Today's video, I'm going to go through 10 predictions I have for Toronto and GTA real estate for the year 2021. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and Remax Realtron Realty Inc. As always, you can find my contact information in the description box in terms of my Gmail, Instagram, and my office. Feel free to get in touch with any questions you have. Or at the same time, feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review. Your subscription would mean a lot. Your support means a lot. But if you don't want to do any of those things, do not do any of those things. Just watch and dislike. Unsubscribe if you want. As I said, 10 predictions going into 2021. Right now, at the time of recording of this video, it's December 29th. We are about 2 days away from 2021, and I'm going to make 10 predictions. Prediction number 1, the rental market in Toronto and the GTA at large will become more balanced towards a more balanced market. Right now, it's a very tenant-friendly market, for lack of a better term. It's a buyer's market, but there are no buyers in renting. So just call it a tenant-friendly market. Very much so disadvantaged for landlords and advantaged for tenants. I see it trending towards more of a balanced market. Most office spaces are looking to open in central areas around mid-year next year. As a result, there will be more demand than there is currently. Also, with the fact that there is a vaccine coming, and if the Canadian government can meet its migration targets from foreign students and foreign working professionals and just regular old immigrants who are moving here to start a life here, if all those targets are met, I see demand increasing, and as a result, the market moving towards more of a balanced market. 2, condo prices will bottom out around April to May of 2021. They will continue to drop. Maybe not at the rate we are seeing now, but nonetheless, in February and March, I see them continuing to drop and bottoming out in April, May area of 2021. And thereafter, I'm not saying they're going to rapidly increase, but they're going to inch back towards a more balanced market. Part of the reasoning is, and I speak this from experience, right now I'm working with 4 to 5 different condo buyers who are looking to buy low, and I know other agents are as well. So there is going to be a lot of people being opportunistic in a sense, buying low, and as a result, if a lot of people choose to buy because the price of that commodity is low, they create a new floor, and as a result, the prices will start to inch back upwards from that floor. Similar things that we talked about in number 1 about the rental market moving towards more of a balanced market in terms of migration and vaccine, that will also help aid the condo market after April and May, where it once again will not go back to the highs we've seen in the past. It will, however, move towards a more of a moderate market, wherein right now it's not moderate whatsoever. It's very cold. Good for buyers, but bad for landlords and sellers. And here we have a video that I'm going to put up on the screen that I discussed what I'm talking about right now in more detail, so feel free to go watch that video. Number 3, we will see an average price of $1 million for properties in the GTA/Treb areas in the year 2021 in one or more of the months. So let's take into account what I just said here, right? I'm talking about average price across all properties, across all areas, as it being a $1 million price point. That would be historic. The average price for a property, once again, across all property types, anything from a $400,000 bachelor unit to a $4 million mansion, across all property types, across all areas, I see the average price hitting $1 million. I predicted this as well in a different video, which would be up on the screen. So go watch that video. I break down the numbers and the basic brief projections that I do based on the numbers and the trends year over year and year to date for 2019 and 2020 to come to this prediction. So go watch that video for more details. Number 4, older detached properties will see a boost in demand within the first 2 quarters of 2021. Now, when I say older detached properties, what I'm mainly referring to is 1.5 stories, bungalows, side splits, back splits, not 2-story detached properties. Even if they will be older, maybe from the 1980s or the 70s, the 2-story, 2 full story ones, nonetheless, we'll still see a rise in demand because, you know, any freehold property and single family property, which is detached with a big lot or even a moderate sized lot, you know, those are always ever more increasing. But especially what I'm talking about right now are the older ones that are mostly 1.5 story and completely, detached bungalows and back splits and side splits. The prices of those will pop more and outpace other property types, in my frank opinion, because right now there is a lot of pent up demand on the behalf of builders. That pent up demand combined with the fact that land is always scarce and builders love bungalows, as I've discussed in the past, as I've bought for builders, I've sold to builders. I know this, builders love bungalows because they can do so much with it. And same thing applies to older 1.5 story and back splits and side splits. As a result, due to this pent up demand, I see the prices popping more than normal in the first 2 quarters. And maybe most of the pandemic is now behind us, and any development they wanted to do prior, they can now do. Number 5, RioCan, Rio Canada, will make a stronger pivot towards residential in 2021. I've only made maybe 1 or 2 videos on stocks in this channel, and it's always been in comparison to real estate investing. I do invest in stocks. I am by no means an expert in stocks whatsoever. So please do take what I say with regards to stocks with a grain of salt. It's just my opinion, and you should listen to experts. However, with regards to RioCan, I do have a little bit more of, for lack of a better term, industry knowledge about this. RioCan is making a stronger pivot towards residential real estate in 2021. Plenty of developments that are going to be mixed use in downtown and midtown Toronto, and I see this pivot towards residential where their bread and butter is mostly commercial, but now this pivot towards more residential construction for them being represented in their stock prices and their company valuation. Once again, I have to clarify, I'm not an expert, but as an investor in RioCan, and as compared to other companies such as Apple, Amazon, BLDP, whatever it is, I feel stronger in my opinions, although once again, not an expert, but stronger in my mere opinions towards RioCan and making this prediction for 2021. Number 6, mortgage rates will remain low into 2021. Many of the mortgage brokers and financial experts who work with banks or private third-party institutions who I trust have been predicting this, that mortgage rates will remain low up to 2023. The mere fact that the Fed has stated as such. So we can look forward to mortgage rates remaining low into 2021 and being buyer friendly. But that's just one aspect of the whole entire picture, right? Lower rates is good for buyers, but freehold properties right now, buyers are cannibalizing one another, going into multiple bidding wars and all that. Although rates will be low going into 2021 and as a result buyer friendly, at the same time, I do not see things improving for buyers and competition on the market for freehold properties all that much. Number 7, properties along Eglinton West and Eglinton, wherein there's going to be an Eglinton line coming in 2022, we'll see an uptick in demand and prices as is listed and as is sold. Why do I say this? Well, because in my frank opinion, prices in those areas, whether it's Eglinton and Dufferin, west of that, east of that, wherein there's major construction on Eglinton, if you've driven on Eglinton and you had a headache due to the traffic, you know what I'm talking about. Due to that construction, I haven't seen property prices, especially freehold properties in the detached variety, truly represent what is upcoming in 2022. And I think since we're entering into 2021 and the Eglinton line is getting closer to being completed, I think you will see higher listed prices for properties as compared to the same property, very comparable, same time last year, and putting aside just the standard fluctuation in prices that are seasonal. I think on top of that, you are going to see the fact that there is going to be an Eglinton line perhaps in many cases mere steps away from these properties, I think you're going to see that start being priced in asking prices in those areas. Number 8, in 2021, I see an average detached home in the city of Toronto being around 1.5 million. The trends and numbers are pointing towards this direction. Currently, as it stands, the average price of a detached home in the city of Toronto is around 1.477. And if we assume the same growth rate, even not the same, but 3/4 of the same rate, let's just say there's something, unforeseen that cuts back on, the growth rate. So we can't assume the same growth rate. Even if we do assume half or 3/4 of this growth rate that we are going based upon, I do see it hitting 1.5 million into 2021. Now, I'm not saying it's going to remain at 1.5 million for the entirety of 2021. I'm not saying that at October we're going to see the year-to-date average being 1.5 million, but a couple of months in the year 2021, we will see the average be 1.5 million for a detached home in Toronto in 2021. Similar prediction for York. Prediction number 9, we're going to see an average price of a detached property in York region, York area, near 1.4 million. I'm not confident enough in saying it's going to hit 1.4 million, but it's definitely going to be in the higher ends of the 1.3 price point and that range. Lastly, number 10, prediction number 10, we will see a substantial increase in inventory from the freehold rental market, right? So condos aside, we will see a lot of inventory for detached, semi-detached, townhome rental properties. Why will we see freehold rental properties increase in quantity as inventory? Well, first and foremost, the vacant home tax. That's going to motivate a lot of foreign or domestic owners of properties that are maintaining it as vacant. That's going to motivate them to rent it. It's not going to be, the tax is not going to be substantial enough for them to sell it. Surely the tax was going to sting a bit as a result. Instead of keeping it vacant, they're going to surely get involved with the rental market and put it on the market. Even if all of them don't do that, if a majority of them do that, nonetheless, we're going to see an influx of inventory onto the market for that reason. Anyways, that was me, Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and RE/MAX Realtron. Feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review. Get in touch with me if you have any questions. My contact information in the description box. Stay safe, happy holidays, and happy new year in advance. Thank you very much.